All right, welcome to the first streamed quarterfinals match of the week. We have a great match today: Sweden versus Finland. I think on paper these are two very evenly matched teams, both in skill cap and skill set. You saw both of these teams play a lot of similar picks in the round of 16, and quite a few overlaps in terms of speed scores, in terms of some of the hard rocks, some of the alts like the free mod 2. So I think this is it's gonna be a good one. Okay, I believe Finland got first ban, and they went for DT4, which I think is fair. I think Sweden has had some solid DT4 scores. They have played DT3 in the past few weeks, the high AR reading double time, which is a type of skill set that a lot of teams don't have the ability to field 4 good players for. Now it is Sweden's turn to double ban. It is a round of best of 11 now. So first to 6 wins and 2 bans each. It's like Sweden is deliberating on their bans. I think Finland has a pretty strong low AR team. So does Sweden, so I think they are willing to go for it. And actually ban free mod 1 and DT2. So that's both of the high-ish BPM stamina maps gone. Finland ban Hidden 1. Maybe not too comfortable at it. It is probably the hardest Hidden 1 so far, I want to say. AR9, 200 BPM, some uncomfortably angled jumps. Maybe not feeling a good hidden roster, but that might kind of be a hint for Sweden to pick into some of the hiddens. Now, it is Sweden's first pick, and looking at this team, I think some of their strengths, like DT1 is a map Sweden will be really good on, but so will Finland be. So I don't think you go for that now. Maybe go into one of the weirder hard rocks, like Hard Rock 2, Hard Rock 3. No Mod 5 is an interesting option, but I think that'll be a later pick for sure. You can hear the banger that is the tiebreaker in the background. Really hope to see this map a few times this weekend. Now Sweden is taking their time thinking, but I think it's completely fair. Very, very few. I mean, basically, there's going to be no free maps in this matchup. Every pick needs to be deliberate. Lots of close skill sets here. But they go free mod 3. Now, this is an interesting pick. Finland did play the free mod 3 pretty well last week, but this is a much bigger step up in terms of difficulty, both for the hard rock players and for the players dealing with the lower AR. This is the kind of map where going easy is a good option. Maybe having a consistent, more consistent score, even if it's slightly score capped. I would say the map is relatively comfortable, albeit mechanically challenging hard rock up until the end where you get some space doubles and it's really, really difficult. However, if you are a very solid low AR player, it's definitely the map for you. I imagine from the side of Sweden, probably expect to see Group A on the hard rock. I think they've been the hard rock main on the side of Sweden. It'd definitely be a nerve-wracking map as a first pick for the hard rock players. Other than the mechanical patterns, there's a few cheeky patterns that can catch you out. Especially if you're a little bit nervous. And it looks like the rosters are in. We have Gripe, Phelan, Saika, and Couch on the side of Sweden, and Sampo, Amisetic, Kalanlu, and Nemq on the side of Finland. This pick can definitely go either way. Both teams will be able to play this. I think it's going to come down to the modded players, especially. Playing this hard rock or hidden can be quite a challenge. Looks like we are in. Gripe and Nemq are going to be opting for the hard rock, and Kalanlu and Saika are going to be on the hidden. This is Sweden's pick. First shouldn't be too much of an issue. 190 BPM. I doubt any player here is going to have a hard time tapping them. And Nemq with the first early miss, and followed by Kalanlu and Amisetic. That's two of the modded combos gone on Finland. As well as one of the no mods. And Sweden is holding strong. That jump pattern is definitely a div spike. Not really more relaxed section, but still plenty of controllable misses here. Finland have recovered from those early drops. And Saika being the first to break on the side of Sweden. Actually pretty big missing in the middle for the modded FC, and Couch follows. Kalanlu trades. It's a lot more even now. Sweden currently has the lead, but I think Finland will slowly take it back, especially with that drop from Saika again. Let's see how difficult this is with hidden. These are really good hidden players. Gripe and Phelan holding it for their team right now. Nemq has recovered from their early drop, and we're getting to the diff spike, and Gripe missed. That's going to be huge. Amisetic does drop as well. It's currently 1 FC to 1, but the supporting combos on Finland are bigger, and Couch and Saika dropping. It's going to swing over to Finland, especially on this really difficult section. Phelan drops, and Sampo is still holding through these space doubles. That is... Sampo does miss. Unfortunately, no FC. But holding through the doubles on that really crazy diff spike ends up being the difference. Finland taking that break point. See how difficult that ending was. Solid scores from both teams, but Finland barely edging it out. And now they're going to be feeling pretty good going into their first pick. wonder if based on that you look at some of the low AR. I think the low AR scores were stronger from the side of Finland there. You have no mod 5, you have Hidden 3, but Hidden 3... Oh, Hidden 3 is a spicy map. I would like to see it pick just because it is definitely fun to watch, but maybe not your most conventional AR8 Hidden. Just like Sweden, Finland is taking their time thinking. Although they won that pick, it was very close. Really want to consolidate the breakpoint, but can be tough to do so. Okay, they go for free mod 2. Now this is a map, a similar map in the same map slot, was played by both teams last week, and both teams did very well, getting a very similar team score, around 2.9 million. This map is definitely a tad harder. I almost want to say it's maybe even more comfortable to play, but definitely mechanically more difficult. An alt style map with a few 240 BPM bursts thrown in. I would imagine we're going to see similar teams on both sides as they were last week. I think we'll have Phelan, Tony, Reno, Gripe, and maybe Knots on the side of Sweden. And for Finland, maybe something like Kalanlu, Sampo, Zipe, Anesthetic, but be a small difference here. Sort of surprised not to see Gripe on the Hard Rock for Sweden. We'll have someone else. But the rosters will be Knots, Phelan, Tony Reno, and Couch for Sweden, and Sampo, Anesthetic, Zipe, and Nemq for Finland. This is Finland's pick. They won the first pick on a breakpoint, so this is their chance to really take a lead in this match. It's like we'll have Knots on the Hard Rock. Ooh, a bit of a reset. Knots on the Hard Rock, Tony Reno on the Hidden, Sampo on the Hidden, and Zipe on the Hard Rock. So some roster changes from last week, but it is a bit of a different type of map. Especially that extra speed element, some players might struggle on those 240 BPMs, the 1/6. So far, everybody holding. Couch missing, and Tony Reno also dropping This is the kind of map where you just do not want to overthink it. Now he's flipping to Finland with a combo advantage. We're in the first diff spike. Sampo does drop, matching the hidden drop on the side of Sweden, and Zipe follows. That's both of the modded FCs gone on Finland. Phelan drops, and so does Knots. No FCs left on Sweden. Amicetic and NemQ are the only ones holding. That's going to give Finland a massive advantage. Couch and Tony Rena have started recovering, but you can see both Hard Rock players finding some struggles. Oh, I didn't even see that. Couch dropping as well. I was about to say Sweden does have a chance to take this back, but now it's only Tonorino against Amicetic and NemQ, the Nomad FCs on the side of Finland. We're through the halfway point now. Score differential is going to start skyrocketing unless at least one of Finland's FCs drop. Zipe and Phelan have recovered on those modded... Actually, no, yeah. Zipe on the modded FC, Phelan on the no-mod. But Zipe dropping. Still a big advantage for Finland, though. And I believe we're going to get into the... probably the hardest part of the map shortly, where you have a lot of 1/6 240 BPM bursts. Sampo does drop, but just with how much score Amicetic and NemQ are getting, here's the diff spike. And they both get through it. Phelan has recovered pretty well, but it's just not going to be enough. Finland almost certainly takes this map at this point, but can they get the double FC? A double FC on this map would be extremely impressive. Amicetic does drop, only leaving NemQ. And NemQ unfortunately drops no FCs, but solid scores from the Nomad players on Finland. You can see Sweden recovering here at the end, Knots getting a decent combo, and Phelan recovering really well, but not gonna be enough. Finland taking their pick, consolidating the breakpoint. Now up 2-0 against Sweden. The pressure is on Sweden to win this next pick. That map was definitely more decisive of a win than the free mod 3. Imagine you probably don't go into no mod 3 for Sweden, but Finland now has no mod 3 as an option. Sweden did ban free mod 1 and DT2, so kind of makes me doubt that they're going to go for DT3. You almost have to go for one of the hard rocks or no mods at this point. They did ban Hidden 1, but Hidden 2 and Hidden 3 are very different types of maps. Okay, they go for Hidden 2. Maybe basing it off the Hidden 1 ban. This is a very challenging hidden tech map. Now that the pools are a little bit bigger, you get the opportunity to delve into some more niche skill sets, and this is definitely one of the classic hidden skill sets. Love to see some hidden tech. Looks like we're going to be seeing Tabletti step in for their first map of this match on the side of Finland. This is one of those skill sets where finding 4 players who are really comfortable comboing and acting a map like this is usually very, very difficult. This is where you can see some, 200, 300k scores appear on some of the players. Looks like we have the rosters. It's going to be Knots, Couch, Saika, and wait, no, never mind. Anesthetic shouldn't be on that side. Be Phelan. There it is. Knots, Couch, Saika, and Phelan on the side of Sweden. Sampo, Tabletti, Kalanlu, and Anesthetic on Finland. Now that Sweden is down 0-2, they really, really want to win this pick, and this is kind of a scary map to have to win to get a point on the board. I think even players who are comfortable at hidden tech can still find it difficult to be consistent on. Accuracy is going to be another thing to note. Very difficult map to act. That will make a difference if one team is more comfortable than the other. Here we go. Early miss from Couch. Plenty of time to make up for that. Drop from Saika. Couch having some issues. Phelan dropping as well. It's now only Knots on the side of Sweden, and Finland is still holding. In a map like this, comboing is not easy at all, so even just being able to get 300, 400 combo out the intro matters so much for the ending scores. Sampo does drop. It's now 1-3. Actually, 2-3, never mind. Phelan was a Bancho miss. It's actually even with that drop from Tabletti. Now, Phelan missing for real, I guess. Knots and Anesthetic dropping. Kalanlu with the FC. Halfway through the map now. Still plenty of time for Sweden to recover. Saika does drop right before the break. You can see the 98% from Kalanlu. Knots also on pretty good accuracy. What are you missing? Can Kalanlu get through the section? Gets through it. This combo is massive. Only Knots with any real combo. Kalanlu does drop, but just not sure if there's enough time. Knots is being matched by Anesthetic, and with that miss, I believe that is going to be it. Finland is going to take another break point from Sweden. We'll now be up 3-0. I think that's one of those instances where Sweden might have had an unfortunate run. I think if you were able to see all of these players' locals, I can't imagine some of these scores are going to be high up there. To Kalanlu, comboing through that div spike in the middle, and Anesthetic for recovering. And Finland, so far we've seen the first 3 picks take a very long time. But now Finland just insta-pick no mod 2. And considering the free mod 1 ban and the DT2 ban from the side of Sweden, I think this is a very fair pick. This no mod 2, when you compare it to last week's Thunder God was a lot more flow aim, I want to say, and less tapping. This is about 10 BPM higher, and the streams are way more comfy. However, it is more tapping intensive, so a little bit more of a stamina no mod 2 than a flow aim no mod 2. Flow aim really only picks up towards the last quarter, so if you can even just get to the ending and feed, you can still get like 600k just through tapping alone. Now, although Sweden banned the free mod 1 and D2 this week, they had a fairly solid free mod 1 score last week, so they can definitely play the skill set. Maybe just not feeling as comfortable as Finland. Getting into it, Not, Felrion, Saika, and Grippe on the side of Sweden. Nev, Zipe, Nemq, and Amicetic on the side of Finland. I believe this is Felrion's and Nev's first map of the match. 201 BPM, 7 stars. Very tapping intensive no mod 2. Would hate to see any drops on the jump sections. Getting to the first streams. And everyone looking comfortable, other than a few act drops from Nemq. Everybody's holding very solid accuracies. Quadruple SS from Sweden. And comboing through this section is really important because there's a lot of free combo afterwards. Surely not everybody gets through this. Amicetic and Felrion both matching. But it's missing right at the end of that space stream. It's now 2-3 and there's quite a few bits of free combo. I want to say about 200 combo of this freebie. Very unfortunate for not to drop there. Finland will have the advantage for now, but still plenty of opportunity for Sweden to take this back. Nobody missing on those jumps. We'll get back into the streams. Nev missing! That's gonna basically even it out. And Nemq dropping as well is going to be huge for Sweden. It's now 2-1. Knots and Felrion are recovering, so is Amicetic, but Sweden will have a mass advantage going into the diff spike. Felrion does drop, so does Nev. Those are not the big combos on either team. Finland's hope rests on the shoulders of Zipe, who's holding an SS. Saika dropping, it's now 1-1. And Zipe is just an absolute animal right now. Look at the slider jumps! Oh, that is devastating. Anesthetic is holding, but Grippe is still on the FC. Grippe does drop on those space streams. The score lead is frozen right now, but it looks like Sweden will take this narrowly. And there it is, Sweden taking their first point on a breakpoint, no less. Really unfortunate slider break from Zipe, missing on at the slider jumps. Hate to see it when your accuracy is that high, but Sweden recovering really well through those early misses. Grippe holding on to the div spike, now puts Sweden on the board. Right, it is now Sweden's pick. Sweden has matched one of the breakpoints. Still have quite a lot to do to even out the score lead from Finland. And they are thinking not much time left on their pick. I don't think you can glean much from the No Mod 2 win. The only tapping left is DT3, and considering how close the No Mod 2 is, don't really want to get into it, but they're gonna pick Hidden 3. I love to see it because of how good of a map this is. Hidden 3 being the AR8 hidden slot. Don't want to get confused. Been moved from Hidden 2. And this is a map where we should expect to see very low team scores. I mean, an FC on this map would be miraculous. Both of these teams have some pretty solid AR8 hidden players. Expect to see this be pretty close. This is definitely a map where you can have a pop-off player carry the whole pick.
Ze kijken me aan, zeggen dat moet er zijn. Yep, precies wat je had moeten zijn. En bij deze wil ik iedereen mijn excuses aanbieden. Ik had nooit zo'n fucking dope rapper moeten zijn. Maar het spijt me, homie begrijp me. Als jij het niet doet, doe ik het voor ons beiden. Ik ga veel te hard, schatje blijf bij me. Anders ben ik weg, yep, anders ben ik pleiten. Peace, what up, who is it? Wie is het? Fans in the game, die kunnen me niet missen.
This side of Sweden, looks like we have Tony, Reno, Saika, Couch, and Phelan. Finland, we're going to see Kalanlu, Sampo, Anesthetic, and sing one more. Bloody to round out the roster. I imagine the scores to be pretty close. See if there's any hero who is capable of throwing up a very impressive score. I think anything more than like 400, 500k is going to be very big.
Big two, stop die beat even, want ik wil shinen zonder beat even. En ik wil dat je me ziet even, dus sluit je ogen en geniet even. Maar genoeg over mij, laten we het hebben over mij.
Right, getting into it, the intro itself is relatively relaxed. But when we get into the diff spike, you'll see who the men are of the AR8 hidden skill set. There we go. Bloody with an early miss in the intro. Not a good sign of things to come. Anesthetic dropping as well. Talon trading one of those misses. And Couch, now it's 2-2. It's just such a nerve-wracking type of map to play with nerves. Tony Reno breaking. Tabletti also breaking. Kalanlu and Saika, there's like no FCs left. It's only Sampo and Anesthetic. Only Anesthetic now. With a big combo. Couch is recovering. Look at these patterns. No shot Anesthetic gets through this. Insane. It's how difficult that map is. Couch dropping near the end of that div spike. 97% holding a huge combo. No! Why? How do you miss there? How do you hit all of that and miss there? That is going to give Sweden a chance to start taking this back. Tony Reno, Saika, Phelan slowly recovering. Tony Reno dropping, but Tabletti and Kalanlu with Sampo are all building up those combos again. And there's advantage Finland. Anesthetic now getting some unfortunate misses after hitting that crazy div spike. Saika and Tony Reno dropping. It's only Phelan on Sweden. Longley missing as well. Here we go again. Sampo does drop. Can Phelan get through it? Anesthetic drops. Can Phelan get through this? Looking crispy, but that is unfortunately the end of the map. Impressive to hit that ending div spike, but there's more consistent combos on the side of Finland. It's gonna make them take that breakpoint. You can see those two 500Ks on the side of Finland. Very impressive scores considering how challenging this map is. Now Finland is up 4-1. It is first to 6 for the victory. Considering it's Finland's pick, they have a very nice lead. They go for DT3. Assume this is based off the DT2 and Fremont 1 bans again. They did lose the No Mod 2, but this map is much more on the high BPM speed, 262 BPM. Pretty fast BPM to single tap. It can be kind of wonky to after alternate the finger control. But other than just being very high BPM and fast, it is a pretty comfortable map. I think if you have the tapping for this, shouldn't be too difficult, as you would expect from a speed map. Alright, we're getting into it. Looks like we have Tendao Alice making their first appearance in this match. Grippe Saika Felrion Not on the side of Sweden, and Amicetic Zipe Sampo Tendo on the side of Finland. Felrion and Amicetic with the early drops. Accuracy is going to be a thing to note. It's going to show who is really comfortable. And so far, similar to the Noma 2, Zipe is holding a very solid accuracy, and I would say this map is even harder to hack than the Noma 2. Over 99%. It's an absolute monster. Finland taking the advantage through accuracy right now, but the combos are dead even. Sampo dropping does give the advantage, combo advantage to Sweden, but Finland will still hold the score lead through accuracy alone for a moment. But Saika trading. In the halfway point now, would hate to see a break on one of these patterns. Zipe and Amicetic both above 98.5%. Really good accuracies on a map like this. Tendo Alice is well on that extra FC. Felrion has, however, recovered really well, so a couple misses from Finland and Sweden can take this. Sampo does drop, so does Felrion. Zipe, Amicetic, and Tendao just crushing this map on the side of Finland. Knots and Grippe still matching, but there's just not much time left, and especially with that Grippe miss, matched by Tendao, but it's now 2-1. Amicetic has been gaining accuracy throughout the course of this map. They're on 99% now. A break from Grippe, but this is going to go to Finland. Not doing his best. The Soul FC on the side of Sweden, breaking near the end. Still gets 900k. But the valiant effort from Zipe and Amicetic on the side of Finland. Actually, I realized that wasn't an FC from Amicetic, that was an early drop. But the accuracy was so high, it made it look like an FC. And Zipe this time not having an unfortunate slider break like we saw in Nomad 2, getting the FC. And now Finland is up 5-1. It is going to take a Herculean effort to recover from this deficit. Now, if you're Sweden, you have to win 2 of your picks, as well as get 2 breakpoints to get to tiebreaker. And I honestly think the route is just go for maps you're comfortable on. So even though DT1 isn't like... Oh, actually they go for a Nomad 1. Okay, I was going to say DT1 might be a pick, but Nomad 1 is also the classic coin flip pick to go for when your back is against the wall. And this is a really challenging no mod 1 map. Do not be fooled by the 6.85 star rating. This is a Kirigiri map, which is relatively similar to a Grand Senpai map. I wouldn't say it's as difficult as Grand Senpai mapping, but still up there. Lots of really, really big space jumps. Makes it harder than the star rating might imply. Yeah, you know, it's a no mod 1, anything is possible with a no mod 1. Good players can miss, anybody can FC if they're feeling it on the day. Maybe not this map so much, FCing is going to be extremely difficult, but lots and lots of missable patterns. Meet Tony Reno, Felrion, Gripe, and Saika for Sweden, and Nev, Kalanlu, Nemq, and Zipe for Finland. Sweden has to win this pick if they want to stay in the match. Early breaks from Finland, but this intro is pretty difficult, as you can see. Gets right into it. Looks like Felrion and Tonarino broke on the first 20 combo as well, but not going to make a huge difference. And with a map like this, even the relatively relaxed sections are still very, very spaced. Getting into the first big div spike. Gripe dropping. Matched by Kalanlu. Oh, this misses everywhere. It's now only Tony Reno and Zipe with combos. But Tony Reno dropping, Zipe dropping. It's actually no, Nemq on 200. MQ being the only one with combo out of that div spike. You can see with a map like this, every ounce of accuracy and combo matters, because getting big combos is just so challenging. Sweden has recovered, and there are just no other combos on Finland other than Nemq. It's 3 pretty solid scores versus Nemq's 1 big score. Now with Gripe dropping as well, it's just Felrion and Saika up against Nemq. However, Sweden does still have, I believe, a slight advantage. The combo Nemq is putting up is going to get more impactful the longer they can hold it. Nemq drops. And it looks like this should be in Sweden's grasp. Felrion and Saika both holding the biggest combos in the lobby. Can though Zipe have all started recovering. Actually, wait, am I tripping, or I don't even realize there's two. Yeah, never mind. Saika does drop, but it's now Felrion with the 700 combo. Should close this out for Sweden. And that is a massive point that Sweden needs to stay in the match. Felrion does drop, but I don't think there's enough time. Nev and Zipe holding, actually, but there it is. Sweden takes the no mod 1. A gamble that paid off. Solid scores from everyone, but just a tad bit more score from Felrion and Saika recovering. That's the thing with these kinds of maps. Even if you miss early, it's not over yet. Getting those big combos in the second half makes the difference. But now it's Finland's pick, and assuming they lose this pick, they still have another one as well, so they have some options. They can even get risky, they can go for comfort. I was about to say the Hard Rock pool has currently been untouched, and Finland is going to go for Hard Rock 3. And this map is awesome. This is one of the coolest 6.5s I've seen in a pool. Pretty short, but pretty dense with patterns, so I wouldn't say it's inconsistent. It's inconsistent, I mean. Pretty packed full map. Lots of spaced doubles, which at 6.5, you have to be really comfortable at that skill set to be good at. It's kind of following the alt-ish BPM 1/4 spacing CS 6.5 trend we've been seeing in this tournament. Oh, it is Finland's pick, but if there's this is definitely the kind of pick that can result in a break point. Any bit of shake, any bit of nerves, and you miss one of those space doubles, your score is just gone. Right, getting into it, Nots, Felrion, Saika, Phelan, and Anesthetic, Sampo, Nemki, Zipe. FCs are going to be very tough on this map. We'll expect to see relatively solid scores. For how challenging of a skill set cut double 6.5 normally is, this map plays very comfortable. Not breaking the intro, matched by Anesthetic and Zipe. I mean, to see this map does not waste its time getting into some pretty difficult patterns. That's all of the combos gone from Finland. It is their pick. Phelan and Felrion on the FCs. But no, missing on just a nothing pattern. Really unfortunate from Felrion. It's now only Phelan, the big combo from Sweden, but Nots and Saika recovering. There's the break, and the scoreboard is almost dead even. This is where nerves can be very impactful, but this combo from Felrion is so crucial. Still holding, we're gonna get into those space doubles. Knots and Psycho have recovered very well, but it's being matched by Anesthetic and Zipe and MQ. But Anesthetic and Zipe dropping. It's now only Phaleon with the big combo. On an FC, which is kind of crazy. Still holding, and this should just be easily won by Sweden, but can we get the FC? Lots of hard patterns to get through. And Phaleon does it. Wow, that is one of the most impressive scores of the match. An FC on Hard Rock 3 is nothing to be scoffed at. As I said, lots of 400, lots of 500Ks. This is a comfortable map. You don't expect to see much, under 400K, but that FC from Phaleon making the difference. And now the momentum is slowly swinging to Sweden. Finland was up 5-1, but it's now 5-3 going into Sweden's pick. The chance to take this match back is completely real, and I wonder, after that Hard Rock 3, do you go for one of these other Hard Rocks? There's not much left in the pool, but maybe Hard Rock 2, maybe Hard Rock 1. Alright, and Sweden does go for Hard Rock 2. Similar style of alt Hard Rock, but this time bigger circles, more focused on some polyrhythm. Very, very difficult to act this map, so accuracies are going to make a huge difference. Now, this is Sweden's last pick of the match, whatever happens. We're going to see some different rosters compared to the Hard Rock 3. This is much more focused on flow aim and tapping and accuracy versus the raw precision and snappy aim that we saw in the 6.5. The big circles are going to make this a lot easier to combo, but OD10 polyrhythm is a brutal, brutal thing to act. You can already see lots of scores approaching very close to under 90%. First miss from Sampo on the side of Finland. Can give Sweden a small advantage. Psycho trading. 3-3, but we're going to get into one of the hardest patterns of the map shortly. Phaleon does drop early. Unfortunate little pause here. We're going to see this space burst. Miss from Psycho and Couch. Now it is only one FC on Sweden being Grip A. Against 3 on Finland, and now it's going to be very tough. Sampo slowly recovering, but this combo advantage from Finland is brutal. And with that break from Grippe, oh, I don't want to call it early, but this is not looking good for Sweden. Getting through those 1/3. And Finland is just looking so strong on this pick. I mean, felt like a good choice considering the 6.5, but Finland has toggled on this map. Aesthetic does drop, but it's still 2 FCs to only 1 recovery score from Finland. That's being matched by Sampo. Aesthetic did drop, but holding the 97% is going to be huge. Nemq and Zipe are still holding. These are insane scores. It's going to be it. This is going to be GG's to Finland, but can we get 2 FCs? And there we go, and an incredible performance from Finland on the Hard Rock 2. Cannot believe that. Zipe with a 95% FC, Nemq on a 92% FC, really, really good scores. And that's going to be GG's. Finland is going to take this 6-3. I mean, hindsight is, is a thing, but surprised to see that pick go so one-sided. Now, as for later matches today, I believe we're going to get Chile, China streamed in about 30 minutes. And I think that's going to be... So there's going to be a short break until then. Quickly see who Finland is going to be up against in their next match. It's going to be the winner of Germany versus Spain. So stay tuned for that. But it's going to be a short break, about 28 minutes, and we'll be back into it. So, to see you then.